Men over 50, let me ask you something. What would happen if I told you there's a specific point on your body that, when treated the right way, can send a wave of fresh blood to your most intimate areas, restore sensitivity, and help awaken things, making you feel like you did 20 years ago? It's not on the member itself. It's not a muscle you train at the gym, and most men have never even thought about it. However, in my 12 years as a urologist, I've seen this simple routine, done with a common natural oil, restore confidence and performance in ways that truly surprise my patients. Today, I'm going to reveal exactly where that point is, why it's so powerful, and how you can start using it tonight to naturally strengthen your erections without pills or complicated devices. By the end of this video, you'll understand why castor oil can be such a powerful ally for blood flow, nerve sensitivity, and hormonal balance. You'll also learn exactly where to apply it, how often, and what changes you can expect in the coming weeks. So, I ask that you stick with me, because the details here really matter. Before I tell you about the exact point and the method for applying the castor oil, we first need to understand what's really happening inside the male body after 50. See, an erection isn't just a moment of arousal or a simple physical reaction. It's one of the most complex events the body can produce. It requires perfect coordination between the brain, the hormonal system, a network of sensitive nerves, and a precise response from the blood vessels. If even one of these elements slows down or becomes less efficient, the whole process can feel weaker, slower, or less reliable. Over time, the blood vessels that supply the erectile tissue can lose some of their natural flexibility. They become less able to open wide and allow that rush of blood you need for firmness. When that blood does arrive, it can be harder to keep it trapped inside the erectile chambers. At the same time, testosterone levels, the hormones that fuel not just desire but also tissue health, can start to decline gradually. This slow change can influence energy, mood, and even the strength of erections. Another change that often goes unnoticed is in the tiny nerve endings that carry pleasure signals from the penis to the brain. Over the decades, these nerve endings can lose a bit of their sensitivity, meaning the same touch or stimulus that once triggered a strong response might now feel muted. And we can't forget the pelvic floor muscles, those deep, often overlooked muscles that act like a locking mechanism to keep blood in the penis once it gets there. With age, these muscles can weaken, and when that happens, erections are more likely to fade before you want them to. Now, this is where many men start to lose hope. They assume this slow decline is just an inevitable part of aging, that nothing can be done to reverse it. From years of working with patients, I can tell you that's simply not true. The body, even after 50, still has a remarkable capacity for recovery if you give it the right kind of stimulation, care, and environment. When we target the right structures, muscles, blood vessels, nerves, it's possible to restore vitality in ways that feel almost like turning back the clock. And that's exactly where castor oil becomes such a surprising and powerful tool. It's not a magic potion, but when applied in the right place and the right way, it can support circulation, awaken dormant nerve endings, and help recondition the pelvic area for stronger, more reliable erections. In a moment, I'll show you exactly how to use it. Castor oil isn't just any oil you find in the kitchen or medicine cabinet. It has a very unique composition, with its most important part being a natural compound called ricinoleic acid. It's this compound that gives castor oil its remarkable healing properties. It works as a natural anti-inflammatory, soothing deep irritation within tissues and relieving areas that may be tense, stiff, or stressed. It also supports blood circulation, helping vessels relax and open, allowing more oxygen-rich blood to flow where it's needed. And perhaps equally important, it stimulates the lymphatic system, the body's internal cleaning crew, to move more efficiently, eliminating built-up toxins and waste products that can slow healing and reduce tissue vitality. Because of these qualities, for hundreds of years, castor oil packs have been used in traditional medicine across various cultures. People applied them to the abdomen to stimulate sluggish organs like the liver, to sore joints to ease pain, or to the skin to speed recovery from injuries. The oil's deep and penetrating nature made it a favorite remedy for issues that needed more than surface-level treatment. When we focus on male sexual health, the true magic of castor oil lies in its ability to penetrate deeply into the tissues. It doesn't just stay on the skin's surface. It moves through the layers, reaching areas rich in blood vessels and nerve endings. When applied to key zones that influence erectile function, castor oil can help muscles release long-held tension, improve blood vessel dilation, and deliver fresh, nutrient-rich blood to the erectile tissues. It's also incredibly effective at nourishing those delicate nerve endings that may have become less responsive with age. Think of it as gently awakening a pathway that's been quiet for too long. This renewed nerve activity can mean greater sensitivity, more natural arousal, and a stronger brain-body connection during intimacy. Many men who try this technique describe the effect in very similar words. They call it a gentle awakening, or a silent switch flipping back on. They notice a subtle warmth, a pleasant sense of fullness, or even a tingling in areas that haven't felt that way in years. This isn't about forcing the body. It's about creating the right environment for it to remember how to function at its best. And when this deep-acting oil is combined with the specific application point I'm about to reveal, the results can be surprisingly powerful, not in a sudden, artificial way, but as a steady, natural return of function that feels like your own body working exactly as it should. So, where exactly should it be applied? The secret point isn't actually on the member itself, as many might assume. It's the perineum, that soft, slightly muscular area located between the scrotum and the anus. Though it doesn't seem like an obvious choice, this small area is actually a major crossroads for some of the most important structures that control erections. Beneath that layer of skin lies the bulbospongiosus muscle, which acts almost like a natural clamp, helping to trap blood inside the penis and maintain firmness. Running through this region are also branches of the pudendal nerve, which carry crucial signals of arousal and sensation to and from the brain. Alongside these nerves are arteries that supply fresh, oxygen-rich blood directly to the erectile tissue. In other words, this isn't just a patch of skin. It's a control center for sexual performance. When you apply castor oil here, you're doing much more than just moisturizing the surface. You're delivering its deeply penetrating properties straight to the core of the pelvic floor. The oil stimulates these muscles to soften and release tension, allowing blood vessels to expand and deliver a healthier flow. It also nourishes and stimulates nerve pathways that may have been sluggish or inactive for years. This combination of muscle relaxation, improved blood supply, and nerve reactivation creates the perfect environment for stronger, more consistent erections. In my experience, this can be especially transformative for men who've noticed a gradual decline. Maybe their morning erections aren't as firm, or they find themselves losing rigidity too soon during intimacy. By targeting this point, you're addressing multiple underlying factors at once, rather than just surface symptoms. Here's how to do it correctly for maximum benefit. Start by making sure the area is clean and completely dry. This ensures the oil can be absorbed deeply, without any barriers on the skin. Take a teaspoon of pure, cold-pressed castor oil, and I can't emphasize enough the importance of using a high-quality, unrefined oil, as this keeps all its natural compounds intact. Gently warm the oil by rubbing it slowly between your fingers and palms, or placing the spoon in a small bowl of warm water for a few minutes. Don't aim for high heat, just enough so it's pleasantly warm when it touches the skin. Once the oil is ready, get into a comfortable position where you can easily reach the perineum. Using slow, firm but gentle movements, start massaging the oil into that area. The goal is to press deep enough to feel the underlying muscle, but without causing any discomfort. Imagine you're persuading the tissue to soften, open, and receive the nourishment. Let your fingers move in small, steady circles or gentle strokes, covering the entire space between the scrotum and anus. Spend at least 2 to 3 minutes here, longer if you can. This isn't about speed. It's about giving your body time to respond. The more mindful and unhurried the touch, the more the muscles and blood vessels in this area will relax. Many men find that focusing on their breathing while doing this, slow inhales, slow exhales, helps release even more tension and encourages the body to receive the sensation. For an extra boost, once the massage is done, place a warm compress or a folded towel previously soaked in warm water over the area for about 15 minutes. The combination of heat and oil creates a deeper level of penetration into the tissues and further enhances circulation. You might feel a gentle warmth spreading through the pelvic region. That's a sign that blood flow is increasing. I recommend making this a calming end-of-day ritual. Doing it at dusk, when the body is already starting to unwind, allows the tissues to stay relaxed and continue absorbing the oil overnight without interruption. With regular practice, this simple routine can become a quiet, restorative habit that supports not just intimate health, but overall well-being. Some men tell me they start noticing subtle changes in just a few days, perhaps a gentle warmth, a slight tingling, or a sense of more life in the pelvic area. For others, the improvements build more slowly, often taking 2 to 4 weeks of consistent application before clear signs appear, like greater morning firmness or the ability to maintain an erection more reliably during intimacy. Every body responds at its own pace, and that's perfectly normal. The important thing is to remember that this isn't a quick, artificial boost like a pill. Instead, it's a gentle process of re-educating the body, reconditioning the tissues, and restoring the natural mechanisms that support healthy function. Along the way, you might notice some surprising benefits. Many men report feeling a greater sense of calm in the pelvic floor, as if tension they didn't even realize they were holding has been released. Others mention less stiffness or tension in the lower back, since the muscles and nerves in that region are closely interconnected. In some cases, men find that urinary control improves. They can hold their bladder more easily and have fewer nighttime trips to the bathroom. This isn't a coincidence. The same nerves and muscle groups that help achieve and maintain an erection also play a direct role in bladder health. Of course, castor oil will only deliver the best results when supported by daily healthy habits that nourish circulation and balance hormones. Give priority to staying well hydrated throughout the day, so blood flows freely and tissues stay plump and receptive. Include leafy greens and beets in your meals to naturally boost nitric oxide, a compound that helps blood vessels open wider and deliver more oxygen to every part of the body, including the most intimate areas. Choose foods rich in healthy fats like salmon, nuts, and extra virgin olive oil, which provide the building blocks for healthy testosterone levels and flexible blood vessel walls. Beyond diet, consider adding gentle pelvic floor exercises to your weekly routine. Kegels, when done correctly, can strengthen the same muscles that help trap blood in the penis, making erections not just firmer, but also longer lasting. Even a few minutes a day can create noticeable improvement over time. And finally, never underestimate the role of the mind in sexual health. Stress, worry, and constant tension flood the body with hormones that harden blood vessels and dampen desire. Carving out daily time to relax isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Whether finding calm through deep breathing, a slow evening walk, stretches before bed, or simply sitting in silence in your favorite armchair. These moments of rest help the body shift into a state where intimacy feels natural and enjoyable. Once again, when you combine castor oil therapy with these supportive habits, you create the perfect environment for lasting, meaningful change. Castor oil is generally safe for external use, but it's important to choose a pure, cold-pressed variety to ensure you're getting all its natural benefits without added chemicals or processing that could irritate the skin. Avoid using the oil on broken, inflamed, or irritated skin, as this could cause discomfort and slow healing. If at any point you experience significant pelvic pain, sudden or unexplained changes in erectile function, or other unusual symptoms, please consult your doctor promptly to rule out any underlying condition that may require treatment. If you're taking medications for blood pressure, heart disease, or other circulation-related concerns, it's always wise to inform your doctor before adding any new regimen, even a natural one like this. Your doctor can guide you to ensure this practice works safely alongside your current care plan. Remember, the goal here isn't just improvement, but improvement in a way that supports overall health for many years to come. So, to all the men watching, I want you to remember this. Your body is far more adaptable than you might imagine. Even after 50, it's capable of responding, healing, and regaining strength in ways that can truly surprise you. With the right care, the right stimulation, and the right habits, you can reignite that spark you thought was fading forever and enjoy intimacy that feels confident, natural, and satisfying. Try this simple castor oil technique consistently and give your body the nourishment it needs, both from the outside and within. Support it with healthy eating, good hydration, and daily moments of relaxation, and you may find yourself experiencing changes that go beyond what you expected. Don't rush the process. Trust it. And if you found this information helpful or encouraging, please don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you care about who might benefit. You never know how much difference a simple piece of knowledge can make in someone else's life. This is Dr. Juliana Silva, wishing you health, vitality, and confidence at every stage of life. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Until then, take care, listen to your body, and never stop believing in its ability to restore and renew.